Okay, I have added my garlic powder, my seasoning, going in now with my onion powder. I'm going in with some fresh parsley. Come back, I need that pasta. Some fresh parsley. I have the pepper in there already. And we're just going to allow that meat to cook. While that's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and work on finishing cutting up my sausage. When this meat becomes halfway done, I will then add in my Dolores chili brick. So for now, we're just going to allow it to cook. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and place the lid back on. Okay. Okay, so we're going to allow that water to come to a boil. Okay, so that meat is cooking, that water is coming to a boil, and I am now working on finishing cutting up the sausage. I have a little extra time, so I don't have to be in a rush and take my time and cut the sausage at nice bite-sized pieces. And I noticed that once the sausage has cooled off, it actually cuts a lot better once the sausage has had a chance to cool off. Okay, so I'm over here, I'm working on getting the sausage cut. I'm going to go ahead and bring the fire up a little bit on the pot with the meat. They're still in their natural juices, their natural oils from baking slowly on a 350 temp for about 20 to 30 minutes. That's how I obtained that charred texture on one side. And I'm sure that that beef is cooked through and through. Okay. So I'm just going to simply add that back to that pan. Okay. to my water that I have on the stove boiling goes in a little cap of chicken bouillon into the water that is boiling for the pasta. Okay? Into the water. Okay. So we are allowing that to come to a boil. I can adjust my seasonings once I have my sauce good to go. This water here is almost at a brisk boil, but I want it to come to a great boil. You want to make sure that you have salted your water for your pasta. So let me go ahead on at this time and add some Himalayan salt to my pasta water. I don't need as much because the chicken bouillon also carries salt. We don't want to have a bland pasta. Okay? So let's get over here and let's have a look at the spaghetti. And let's see what that spaghetti is doing. I'm looking for one of my spoons. I don't see it. But what she did was put the glassware right on top. And that's actually not it either. That's the spatula. Okay, I see it. It's totally out of place. When they don't do what they're supposed to do, I don't run no allowance because I don't pay for the work that I have to come back and do. When we was coming up, we didn't get any allowance, but we still made sure we was on beat with whatever needed to be done. And you can trust and believe that we didn't get called back, because the era I come from, if you get called back to do something that you were asked to do in the first place, you're going to wish you had went on and did it right the first time. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead on and raise the fire up on a 4 on that. I'm going to bring this down very low until I'm ready to add in my pasta. On top. There we go. So we are cooking our meat sauce and we're boiling our water to prepare for the pasta to go in. Okay, I did bring the fire up on that spaghetti, so I want to watch it. This is so my kind of weather. I am absolutely enjoying every bit of it. I'm going to have a look and see, do I need to go ahead at this time and drain my meat? Let's have a look. I will go ahead and drain my meat at this time. Let me grab a cup. That I can just pour that into. I will be leaving just a little of the juice, not much, but just a little. Okay. I'm going in now with my spaghetti. I'm going in now with my spaghetti. I'm going to add some fresh parsley. Some garlic powder. Give it a good stir. Let me bring y'all back. I want y'all to be able to see in there, but I need my working one. Okay? So we're just gonna mix this in really well. It's like 50 to 60% done, but I want to allow it to get all the way done. My sausage are done. And this is what you have at this point. That's what you have. Okay? Looks very dry, doesn't it? Okay? So we're going to work that top. I'm going to go ahead and place the lid back on. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to add in my Dolores chili brick. It's also beef, and I want it to cook in with the meat. Okay? Based on the amount of ground beef that you have, that's about how much chili brick you will be using. And based upon that I'm using a 3-meat trio, I won't add 2 chili bricks. 1 will be just enough to acquire that chili taste that I'm going for. Okay. Go ahead on with that dishwater going. This pasta water is boiling. Okay. Let's go ahead on now and get ready to add in the chili brick. The chili brick is going in now. Just give it a good Okay? I always take and get that grease off. Bring that grease out off of that brick and just turn the fire down, put the top on, and let all those flavors cook in together. We're building our pot. Okay? So I have the chili brick inside. I'm going to go in now with my Italian beef sausage, my Italian turkey Hillshire sausage, going in right with the meat. Okay. I bake these oven baked. Allow them to cool. Slice those. So you have your 3-meat trio. Okay? You sit that pan to the side. And you're going to come back to that pan when you're ready to build your spaghetti sauce. Rinse that pan and add that into your pot. We're building flavor now. And we're cooking. Let's get the top back on here. Let's let that cook slowly as I do my cleanup. Okay. Okay, I believe I have everything that I need as far as my seasoning prepared. So I'm going to go ahead and put my seasonings back. If I need anything later, I can always add it, but we'll see. Okay. Now, when you get to this point, you want to watch your pot because you have the ground beef and you have the chili. Okay? So we want those flavors to blend in together. We're cooking homemade chili cheese spaghetti. Let me go ahead on and preheat my oven. All that I would need to do is put that in my roaster, put the cheese on top, put it in the oven. We're getting close. We're getting there. I'll be back as these meats marry and cook together. And this is what we have. So we're just going to allow this to melt down. Remember I told you to take that cookie sheet and just sit it to the side. We need a little bit of water for that chili brick and that spaghetti mix we put in. And that's the flavor from there. Okay? We want to make sure that our bottom does not get dry. Okay? We want to make sure that that bottom does not get dry. And then you just can take what's hot and put it on top. If you need some more water, use your cookie sheet that you baked your sausage on. get that flavor, and just put that there. We have some sausage here that doesn't want to share. So let me just simply get these apart. No, it's okay. It's okay. You know that chili brick, when you're cooking it down, it needs that water. That's great flavor in that. That's great flavor in that. Okay. I'm gonna allow that to cook on low and do what it do. Next step, I will be back when we add that pasta, once these meats have married together, and I'll be back and we will build the sauce.